It is time. It is time to sit down together and answer some incredibly powerful journal prompts that are going to change your life for the better and ensure that next year is your year. Okay, if you are done with procrastinating, with being stuck in the same cycle, with always getting the same results no matter how much you try, watching yourself procrastinate and hold yourself back, limiting beliefs, keeping you in the same place, if you're done with that, then these journal prompts are going to shine a light on where things have been in darkness and help you to create your dream reality. So what you will need is a journal, a pen, and why not treat yourself to a nice drink as well? I've got myself a ginger tea here, so we can make this a cozy moment and make it a life-changing one too. So let's start with a journal prompt that feels really expansive and good. So the first journal prompt is, what becomes easy because I finally stopped overthinking it? So that's the first journal prompt. Feel free to press pause after each one so you can take some time to answer it. And I'll just share a few thoughts after I share each journal prompt, and then we'll move on to the next and on to the next. So why I love this journal prompt is because so often there are things in our lives that actually could be so much more simpler than we've been making them. And overthinking is usually what causes our brains to make things more complicated than they actually need to be. What's such a relief to realize is that often the journey from where we are now to where we want to get to is incredibly simple. It's just our mind can have a tendency to overthink it. So if you stopped overthinking, if you chose the uncomplicated path, if you felt safe in your nervous system and also believed that your average is good enough, then what would you let yourself do? And what suddenly becomes easy instead of maybe feeling overwhelming or difficult simply because you finally stopped overthinking it? The next journal prompt is, what habit or thought pattern has held me back the most this year? This is a great one. This follows on really nicely from the first journal prompt because now we're diving a bit deeper and we're getting specific about what is the thing that's holding me back the most. What has the story been, the place where my mind has been that has been keeping me stuck and holding me back? So it's good to identify it, face it head on. And once you do, you remove its power and you can release it and rewire and rewrite your future. So feel free to press pause and answer that second question. What habit or thought pattern has held me back the most this year? Okay, next one. What's one easy daily action that would change everything if I just did it? So now we're building on these journal prompts that we've been doing so far, and we're looking constructively at the future. I don't want us to just be dreaming and just be thinking about our new life. Let's look at what's one tiny, simple, easy thing that you could do that would change everything if you just did it. Next journal prompt. If I let myself want what I really want, not the safe version, then what would that look like? If I let myself want what I really, really want, I feel like we're quoting Spice Girls now, not just the safe version, what would that look like? So this is your permission, this is your moment right now to allow yourself to actually go there in your mind. Think about what would you actually love to be doing, not the playing safe, playing small version. Maybe if you've been feeling unmotivated to move forwards, it's because you've been setting yourself up for a vision that doesn't even excite you. So what does excite you? What would feel so thrilling to be pursuing in your life or to let yourself have? Next journal prompt. What am I ready to let go of so I can move forward freely? What's that weight that's been dragging you down? What's that guilt that you haven't allowed yourself to forgive yourself for? What's that resentment that you've been holding over that other person? Who has been living rent-free in your brain, taking up way too much of your time and your energy? It's actually been causing you to be unfocused on moving forwards with your life. Or perhaps there is a vice, a pattern, an addiction, a form of self-hate, self-punishment that you've been practicing that you're done with. Maybe it's a relationship that you're done with. Maybe it's an environment that you're done with. What can you let go of? What are you ready to let go of so that you can move forwards freely? Okay, now it's time to look at creating a new self-concept, a new identity, a new version of you who is in alignment with what you want to manifest. This is drawing upon Neville Goddard's teachings, Abraham Hicks's teachings, Dr. Joe Dispenza's teachings. They all essentially talk using different words about how the key to changing your reality isn't about looking outwards. It isn't about trying to force things to happen. It's about changing who you feel that you are so that you become in alignment with a different kind of life. So the journal prompt is, what version of me would naturally attract the life that I want in 2026? Describe it in detail so that you know who you get to become. You know what version of you get to activate, step into. And just a side note on this one, that version of you already exists. You are already good enough to become her, to become that person. I like to visualize it as the multiple versions of me are all sat in the same car, but sometimes the insecure version of me, the version of me who doesn't believe in herself, she is in the driver's seat, freaking out, trying to drive the vehicle but not feeling like she can handle it. Whereas somewhere in the back of the car, my best self, the version of me who believes in me, who loves me, who is free from limiting beliefs and in alignment with this life that I want to create, she's in the car too. And so all I need to do is remember that she can sit in the driver's seat of the car. She can take over, she can put her hands on the wheel, and she can drive the vehicle of my life forwards from now on. So that version of you already exists. Maybe they've just been taking a back seat and it's time to give them the driver's seat of your life. Okay, we have 4 more journal prompts. You're doing so well. Next one. If I trusted myself completely, what would I do differently next year or this year if you're entering a new year now? Now, some of you might be thinking, what do you mean by if I trust myself completely? So I have found that a lack of self-trust is often what has held me back, because I don't trust myself that I would be able to finish what I start. You know, I might have an idea for a project, but then the self-doubt kicks in and I don't trust myself that I'd actually be able to show up and do it. Or maybe you don't trust yourself that you would behave in a loving way in a relationship. Or maybe you don't trust yourself that you could nourish your body with good food and take yourself to the gym. So if you trusted yourself completely, if there was no self-doubt, if you took a chance on yourself, if you believed in yourself, what would you do differently next year or this year? Okay, next journal prompt. What's one belief about myself I'm ready to release because it's not true? What's the BS? The belief system. The BS. The bullshit belief system. Penultimate journal prompt now. What have I been tolerating that the new version of me would never allow? Now we're bringing boundaries into the mix. We're bringing giving yourself permission to say no to things that aren't okay. We are leaving behind the doormat era. We are no longer being a doormat. We are no longer allowing ourselves to be treated like rubbish or to tolerate only receiving crumbs. And we are stepping into the I can have my cake and eat it too era. So what have you been tolerating that actually the new version of you would never allow? And the thing about boundaries is if we've never had them, or if we've always tolerated a certain thing, we can often feel guilty when we suddenly decide to set the boundary or say no to someone. But this journal prompt allows you to just explore, right? Then what would the new version of me not put up with? What would they never allow? It helps you to think kind of in the third person about the new version of you, and then you can give yourself permission to step into that version of you. Okay, now the final journal prompt is one that is about being radically honest, okay? And I want you to approach this with love. It can sound a bit harsh, but this is coming from love. So let's acknowledge which fear ran the show for me in 2025, and what would my life look like if it didn't? Now, I don't want you to go into a bunch of regrets, but sometimes it's important for us to be honest and acknowledge what has been wasting my time and wasting my life. And that can encourage us to not want to waste any more of our life, letting that fear control us. So a beautiful task you can do to round off this journaling session is to fast forward to a year from now. and write a letter to yourself, a letter of gratitude, thanking yourself for this inner work that you've done today and the commitments that you make moving forwards after today. Okay, I want you to fast track yourself a year from now. And that version of you is so grateful that you did this work, was so grateful that you had the courage to let go of the old patterns and start living life bravely in a new way. And let this future version of you tell you about all the wonderful things that have happened and how good and wonderful and safe it is on the other side of those fears. Let them show you what's possible when you simply allow yourself to move forwards. So if you enjoyed this journaling session, let me know. And if you'd like to go on this journey even deeper, if this is the kind of work that you feel that you're ready for and that's really important to you right now, then there's two ways that you can take this journey to the next level. You can either join my 21-day Release the Blocks challenge, which is a powerful 3-week program with just one bite-sized activity per day that's going to help you to let go of whatever's been holding you back, rewire your subconscious mind, and get the wheels of life turning differently for you. Get the momentum flowing. I'll put the link down below for that. Alternatively as well, there's my signature manifestation program, Align. This is a powerful community. You're surrounded by like-minded people on the same journey as you. You have access to my signature online program and all the activities as well as bonus resources and tools that are included. That is the ultimate program. So if you would like to join Align, I'll also put the link with the details down below as well. Thank you for joining me in this journal session today. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on podcasts, thank you so much for being here. Feel free to press like, leave 5-star review, press follow, press subscribe, whatever lovely buttons are available to you. I appreciate your support and I will see you next time. Lots of love. Bye.